Carlos Nelson with Cascade Media Group, and this is a continuation of our series on children of incarcerated parents. And on our last interview, we interviewed this young lady's mother, and she went into detail about her incarceration for 12 months, and her daughter is coming on now to talk about what that was like in the absence of her mother. Who do we have here?
Michael Robinson.
Michael, tell our audience a little bit about what that ordeal was like.
Okay, well, the crazy part about it is she went to jail like 3 days after my 15th birthday. So that happened, and there was a lot of emotions involved because—
Turn your volume up a little bit, or—
Oh, I should probably get a little closer. Okay, can you hear me better now?
Yes.
Okay, well, I said she went to jail a couple of days after my 15th birthday. My birthday's in June. Actually, today's my birthday, June 21st. And there was a lot of emotions with that because it was like a milestone, and it was right before my freshman year of high school. So I was very sad about that. And it was like a transitional period because I'm like becoming a young woman. And then I was living with my older sister, Monier, and her friends. So I feel like I kind of needed my mom during that time. And my sister had to kind of be my mom during that time. And there was a lot of stress on her. So it created a lot of stress, like just overall in the household. But I feel like overall I learned from the experience, like being in a new environment and adapting to other people's like way of life. Like I was saying, it was very like hard at the same time, even though I learned from the experience, because it was like certain things I just needed my mom there for. Like my first dances, like when I tried to play soccer, but I was not very good at soccer, I probably would have needed her words of encouragement there. And then at the same time, my big sister also had like milestones in her life, even though she's like older. Like, you know, she's just becoming an adult and just like trying to settle herself. But then she has to deal with the whole, essentially a child that she didn't give birth to. And she has to like be responsible for me now, which she never really had to do much of in the past. I mean, like she did help raise me when I was younger, but during this time it was like she was the main like caregiver. So she never experienced that before. And I never experienced that before either. Yeah. And on top of all that, it was like my relationships with other people my age also were like weird because I didn't have that guidance from her. Like, hey mom, should I trust her? Hey mom, me and this one person got into it and I don't know how to go about it. And like sometimes I'll try to come to my sister with that, but at the same time, she's more worried about trying to get stuff around the household together. And she's more worried about, you know, making sure my mom comes home to the same environment she left. So it left me to feel kind of like alone in a way. Like I had people around me that was supporting me, like my best friend Sandra and her mom, or like people from the school. They also like tried to be there for me, but you know, nobody can replace your mother at the end of the day. Like no matter how much they care about you and how much they want to be there, your mom is your mom and nobody can ever like take her place, in my personal opinion. So it was took a big toll on my mental health because I kind of felt like abandoned. Even though she wasn't in there for like a super long time, it felt like a decade, I swear, even though it was only like 9 months.
So what were some of the financial challenges that you had to deal with?
Oh, there were a lot because even though I never like struggled, I was so used to like the stability and being able to have the extras, like being able to get my hair done all the time, being able to like eat out every day. But with my sister, it was like we were budgeting and we couldn't get all those luxuries, or even sometimes the stuff that's just a necessity, like water and electricity. Like it would never be, there would never be like long periods of time without those necessities, but those couple of days that we wouldn't have water or the Wi-Fi wasn't on, it was very like foreign to me because I was so used to being like well taken care of. Or not saying I wasn't taken care of, but like that type of care, the motherly affection that you get from your mom, you know. Because of my sister, it was just like, girl, don't nobody care about getting your hair done. You know, nobody cares that you want to get your nails done. You want to go out with your friends every weekend. That's not needed. You know, that's not something that you need.
So, from an academic standpoint, where were your grades before your mother was incarcerated and during that 1 year period? How did that affect your grades?
Honestly, my grades stay pretty much the same during this time because I feel like in my head, I knew my mom really prioritizes education. So I try to stay on top of my stuff. Now, when it comes to behavior in school, that was a whole different story. But any of my teachers from my freshman year would say, like, my coach, she was smart. She had great grade point average, 3.0. It was just her attitude and like her, like my whole outlook on stuff. I was so negative because I just missed my mom so much. Like I would get the work done, but I was just sitting there the whole time, like, oh my God, this is stupid. I don't care. I don't care about this. I don't care about that. So
how do you think that affected your sister having to take that role on as mom?
I think my sister didn't really know like how to deal with it. We had a lot of conflicts in the house because me and her are very different personalities. But like around this time, I could kind of see her in me. I think she could see herself in me too. So she was just like, she was empathetic towards how I was feeling because she had experienced it before. But she, at the same time, she's just like, oh my God, you're gonna get through it. So you need to stop acting like this. Like I'm here for you. You just need to open up to me. But I just couldn't do that with her at the time because it was like, you're not my mom. Like, you know.
Being a big sister is hard, and definitely it's hard being a little sister.
Yeah.
Because you have your own mind and your own way of thinking, and you like, you're not that much older than me.
Yes, literally, that's how I would feel, even though it was like my sister had to grow up really early at a young age. So she kind of did know, like she knew how I was feeling, and she like the advice she was giving me, I should have listened back then. Like now, back then, I'm like, dang, I really should have listened. But her mouth, it was like, oh my gosh, like, who cares?
So what grade are you in now?
I'm going to the 12th grade. I'm senior.
And where are you going to school?
The Kaufman School.
Kaufman School, you like it there? For the most part.
Yeah, I liked it. I've been going there since the 6th grade. It was just after Corona and the whole quarantine, online stuff, the environment inside of the school kind of changed. So, like, as much as I like didn't like it before because it was just school, not because of school itself, it's because it was school. After the whole like quarantine stuff, it was just an overall dark, mucky energy in the school building. So it kind of made it hard for me to like adjust back to getting into the flow after being on the computer for so long.
Right. All right. And any closing statements or any closing things that you would like to let our audience know about your ordeal and what you have to say in regards to children of incarcerated parents that you would like to let other children that might be going through the experience you've gone through?
Yes, I just feel like it's important to have hope. I feel like at a lot of times I wanted to give up, or I just wanted to be like, oh my God, my mom is never coming home. So I should just, you know, wild out. I should just do whatever I want to do. But that's not the case. Like your mom or your dad or whoever is still rooting for you behind bars. And you want to be able to say, like, I was thinking of you, and that's how I came to all these accomplishments and to show them something to be proud of. But I know that's hard because it's like, it feels impossible in the moment. It feels like your whole life has been uprooted. But at the end of the day, life is about changes. Like you can't just be used to the same routine all the time or else you're never going to grow. So I think you should probably take it as like a lesson to you and motivation to do better than your parents did and to like just never give up on them.
It was a pleasure having you on the show.
It was a
And
pleasure.
I think that your insight on the subject matter is very valuable, especially
Thank you.
to parents that have been incarcerated and children that are on the outside. The message that you delivered in closing, that there's always hope, and you need to get busy moving forward with your life.
Yes.
So with that being said, as we always say in closing, when you invest in your community, you're really just investing in yourself. Good night.
Yep.
Program is brought to you by the Kansas City Business Association.